So we'll be talking about all the options in MailChimp like campaigns. In fact, in this tutorial, I will be sending a live campaign to my subscribers to sort of show you the process of how it works. I'll be also giving you guys like cool tips like what's the best time to send campaigns, what's the best day to send campaigns, and I'll also be talking about the different campaign types as well. We'll also be talking about templates. So instead of designing an email every single time, which can be really tedious for your email plans, I'll be showing you how you can create your own little templates and then send that over and over to your subscribers. And let's just say you're not really good at designing it. Don't worry. I'll give you guys a resource on how you can get some really amazing and beautiful templates for your email blasts. Next, we'll be talking about lists. So what is a list? This is basically where your subscribers are stored. And let's say you're using a plugin like SumoMe or Bloom for WordPress. I'll show you how you can import subscribers from WordPress onto your MailChimp list as well. Now, this is an example of an email I have sent to my subscribers. And you guys can add, your logo right here. We can add in an image. You can add in like a attachment. You can put like a coupon code, a link, whatever you would like. So here you guys can see that I decided that I wanted to give them a coupon code. And then right here, I put a link on where they can purchase my Divi theme layouts. And we can also add in stuff like social shares and make it beautiful and all sorts of really cool stuff. And let's say someone decides to register for your email plan. We can create autoresponders that will give them like a coupon code or a free ebook. Like you've been those sites where they're saying sign up for like a free coupon code or ebook. I'll show you today how you can accomplish that with MailChimp. Now let's just say you are using WordPress. Now right here you guys can see that I have this little widget right here, and this is for MailChimp. So here people can go over here and sign up to my lists. AOL. I don't think people even use AOL anymore. It's so old. But I do have some that they do use it. So right here they'll get this little like form, and then they will get a confirmation in their email where they can subscribe to your list. Now also I'll show you how you can incorporate and integrate Google Analytics onto your campaigns. And what this does is it basically says how many people are actually visiting your website through those email campaigns. So this can really help you out to determine if you need work or if you're doing well. Now also, MailChimp has reports. So right here you guys can see these three little bars. Now this right here is the industry average. So this is the average of the industry, and this right here is my open rates. This right here is my click rates onto my campaigns. And I'll also give you guys tips like, what to say, what not to say, because you don't want to come off as spam. You don't want to try to sell them something every single time. You got to give away free stuff. That's kind of how email marketing really works, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with this MailChimp tutorial. All right, guys, so the first thing you have to do is create an account. Now, to create an account is free. So go ahead and click on sign up free. Now, that might change in a few months, but go ahead and find like where the register is or something like that. So here, go ahead and enter in your email, a username, and a password. Now, when you go to get started, you might have to check your email to confirm your username and email. Now, I've already created an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log into this test account right here. Okay. So this is your dashboard. So once you're done creating an account and checking your email, you'll be brought to a page that looks something like this right here. Now, the first thing we have to do is create a list. Now, earlier I talked about lists. So what a list does, it basically stores your subscribers. So on the right side right here, you'll need to click on create a list. All right, so go ahead and give it a name. So I'm gonna put something like Daryl Wilson's discount. Now remember, people will be able to see this, so make sure it is appropriate. So the from email address. So this is the address people will reply to. So I'm gonna put something like, put my email right there. Okay. Now default from name. So this is who your emails will come from. Use something they will instantly recognize, like your company name. So I'm gonna put Daryl Wilson. And remind people how they sign up to your list. And you can put something cool here like, hey, thanks for visiting my website. You were interested in, buying those drones or something, or whatever your website's about. So go ahead and put it right there. So I'm gonna put thanks for visiting my websites. And that's it. Yeah. So right here, you're gonna put your contact information. And this is necessary because of their Can Spam Act. It does require this for compliance. So you guys can put something like your PO box or something like that right there. And notifications. So do you want a daily summary? Do you want 1 by 1? Or do you want 1 by 1? And then this happens when somebody unsubscribes. So you'll be notified if something happens where you get more subscribers or somebody unsubscribes from your list. Now I'll go ahead and put daily summary and go to save. Okay, so excellent. You have a brand new list. So we have created a list right here, and I'm gonna go to settings right here. And the first thing we're gonna do is change some settings in our list right here, okay? So scrolling down right here, now this setting right here is send a final welcome email. So if you choose to have this, you would go ahead and select this. And I recommend it because if you want to give away something like a coupon code or an ebook, this would be a good option to check. And scrolling down here, we have other options right here, but most of these we've already set. So scrolling down here, I'm just gonna click on Save List and Campaign Defaults. Okay. So now that we have done that, let's go ahead now and take a look at the sign up forms, okay? So right here under sign up forms, I'm gonna click on this. And we have 4 options. So we have general forms, embedded forms, subscriber pop-ups, and form integrations. Now we wanna do general forms. So this is basically when someone subscribes, how do you want to design the form that they receive? So right here, I'm gonna click on select. Now here are some of the forms that we can use. So if I click on this little arrow right here, you're going to see all these options. Now these are the forms when someone subscribes. These are the forms when someone unsubscribes, updates profiles, and other ones like when they forward it or they want to learn more about your list. So let's go ahead and build our first form. So right here, I'm gonna go to sign up form and we can build it. So right here, you can see that, we have these icons right here on the right. So let's say, for example, you want to go ahead and put something like your phone. So I'm gonna click on phone. And now you see that we have a phone number right here. So if you want someone to put in their phone number, all you need to do is go ahead and click on the add a field and then simply select it over. Now let's say, for example, you want the phone number to move. Maybe you want the first name up here. So you just go ahead and simply drag it up, and then last name, and then phone number, and then you have email address at the bottom right here, and you have subscribed to the list. Now for the field settings, you guys can decide to change that. So let's say, for example, you don't want it to say phone number. You can go ahead and backspace this and say, tele number or something, whatever you would like. I'm just showing you the options of how you can change what it says. You don't have to put what it says right there. And then now, is this a required field? So what that means is when they fill this out, basically saying the email address should be required. So that's basically saying you cannot subscribe until you fill out all the information, or I'm sorry, the information that you want it required. So let's say, for example, you want the email address required and you also want the telephone number required. You would click on that, and that would basically say you guys can't subscribe until you give us the phone number or the email address. So right here, I'm gonna go to save field. And over here under add a field, you guys can add different options like radio buttons. You can add checkboxes. So let's go ahead and add a radio button. I'll put one right here. And right here, I'll go ahead and, maybe that's a good spot for it. So right here, I'll put something like, why did you subscribe? And then the first choice right here, you can put something like, learn more about food. And then this one right here, I want an ebook. Or this one right here, I want a coupon code. Now guys, this is just an example, so you can put anything here. I'm just putting this up just because I want to sort of make you guys understand how the form works. So I want discounts. This actually might help you determine why people actually subscribe to your list, because feedback from customers is vital. Companies like Amazon and eBay spend millions of dollars. In fact, Amazon will give people $5 if they fill out their little surveys right here. So this is an example, guys, of how you can add your own field and decorate it. Now let's say, for example, also right here we can add a message. So something like welcome to the, no, this is a sign up form. So let's do like sign up for coupons and discounts. And then right here, we can go to save and close, okay? So you guys can see right now that we have our form, it's coming together. Now let's just say you want to design it, okay? So right here, let's say you want to change the font. Let's say you want to change the color. There is a lot of stuff we can change right here. So the background color. So if I click on this right here, there we go. Okay, so right here, I can change the actual background color, and this corresponds to the gray part right here, okay? So you can go ahead and have fun with that. Now also, we can do that with the header right here. We can change the font size, the margin from the top, and the margin from the bottom right here. So if you want more or less space, you can go ahead and add more pixels or less pixels. And then the outer wrapper as well, you can determine if you want some sort of color or whatever you would like. Now also for the body, now this is for like the body right here. So for example, let's say I want to go ahead and change the color right here. So right here, you guys can see that I'm just changing the body now. I'm not really changing the page. So that is an example of how you can, style it. Over here, the default text. Let's say you want to change the font. So right here under the arrow fonts, you can go ahead and select a different font. You can choose a font size, etc. And also for forms, you guys can go ahead and have fun with this. Now guys, this is basically all just customization on each specific section. So the field text right here, if you want to change the text, the required sections, if you want to show people like this section is required, you would go ahead and select that. So this right here, guys, is just on how to design it itself, okay? Now let's just say you want to share it. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and paste it in right here just to give you an example of if someone subscribes, this is what they're gonna see right here. So this is a really ugly contact form, but I'm just giving you an example. Now a good marketing tip for this is Facebook. So I'm gonna go to my Facebook right here and go to one of my fan pages right here. Now you guys can actually share this on Facebook. So let's say, for example, you want people to subscribe to your list on your Facebook page. All you guys can do is just simply paste it in there and then just go ahead and publish it. And then right there, if somebody clicks on this, they'll go out to this form right here where they can go ahead and subscribe to your list, okay? So that's a good idea, and then you can actually boost this post. I do have a tutorial on Facebook advertising if you guys are interested. That might help you, increase your subscriber count, okay? So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead next to this. I really don't, it's the ugliest contact form. So I'm gonna go back over here, guys, and we're going to select a different form now, okay? So this was the sign up form, all right? So over here, I'm gonna go ahead and click on this and go to confirmation thank you page. Okay, so we have the form right here. It's basically the same one. It's really ugly. I should probably change the background color on that one. It doesn't look too good. So let me go back right here. So under the build it tab, you guys can see right here, I can go ahead and click on this right here. Now, let's say you want to give somebody an ebook or you want to give them a coupon code. So right here, I have the title, welcome to the title. And then right here, you guys can, put the colors. So I made it white. Okay, so welcome to the family. And then right here, I'm gonna go ahead and click on this right here. Now it says your subscription to our list has been confirmed. You can make this anything. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put some spaces, and then right here, click here for your free ebook. Now I'm gonna go to my Google Drive account, because I do have Google Drive. Now Google Drive is actually a really good resource to go to if you want to have like those downloadable files. So I'm gonna go ahead and just select one of these files that I currently have. So right here, I'm gonna do this getting started right here. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and go to the options really quick and make sure that people can, can see this. So I'm gonna go to share right here. Now right here, it says anyone with the link can view. So right there, I'm basically saying anybody with this link can view the ebook. Now to change this, you would go to advanced. So right here under, this section right here, you can go ahead and change it. So I wanna say, anybody with this link can view this. So right here, I'm gonna go to save and go to done. Now, this right here is the link right here. So all I need to do is simply go ahead and copy this. And I'm gonna go ahead and go back over here and simply go ahead and highlight all this. Click on this little link button right here and simply paste in that link right there. Now guys, there's link to like an email address, an anchor link, or a file. Now you guys can actually upload the file, but for that example, I'm just using Google Drive. So I'll go ahead and just put like a web address right there and go to insert. Now let's go ahead and do the second option of a file. So let's just say you have a coupon code. You have a coupon code that you want to give somebody. So right here, click here for 10% off discount coupon. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this. I'm gonna select this. And right here under the link to, I'm gonna go to file. Now you can actually upload your own file onto MailChimp, and if they click on that link, they'll be able to download it from your newsletter. So right here, I clicked on this little Batman logo we got there, and I'm gonna click on upload. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go to select it, and then there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and insert it. Okay, so now when they click on that link, they will be given that file of my Batman logo. But you guys, it can be anything, like a PDF file, it can be a .text file, it can be whatever you would like. So that is an example of, I just use an image, but of course you can upload PDF files or whatever you would like, so people can get exclusive, access to your super special discounts. So that is an example of how you can give people ebooks and also coupons and send them files, whatever you would want. So you can use Google Drive, and you can also use MailChimp's editor, where they basically say they have to download it from their servers. Now, even with the campaigns, you cannot add attachments. You can only let people download it from MailChimp servers. And I think the reason why they do that is because there is a very high bounce rate when you have when you're sending bulk with attachments. Okay, so right here you guys can see I can click on edits. And again, you guys can edit it. If you guys want to add a picture, all you need to do is simply click on this little thing right here and upload, and then go ahead on your computer, go ahead and upload whatever you would like. Now that's a pretty big file, 720 by 720. I'm gonna go ahead and do like 250 by 250 right here, and then insert the image, and then there you go. So now we have a free ebook, a picture of me drinking some Chinese tea, and thank you for subscribing. Okay, so I'm gonna go to save and close. Now that, guys, is basically how you would send ebooks and coupon codes and whatever else to your subscribers. Okay, so after that, guys, you guys can go through this and check all these out. Now I'm lazy myself. I'm not gonna go ahead and decorate each and every one. I do like the ones that are most important, like sign up forms, confirmation, see goodbye emails. If they're subscribing, they don't like you, don't even bother. Just let them go. Let them go. They'll come back. So let's go ahead and move on to the next section, where we're going to talk more about the Google Analytics. Okay, so right here, I'm gonna go to Google Analytics. Now it says your Google tracking ID. So where do you get this? Well, guys, it's very simple. If you have Google Analytics, all you can do is, here, I'm gonna go to my account right here, and I'm gonna show you what that means. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign in. All right, so this is my dashboard right here, and I'm gonna have to go to my admin page. Okay, now I think it's under my property settings. Now you see this this tracking ID right here. So all we need to do is simply take this and copy it, and then simply go ahead and push it in there. It's like that. Oh, I'm sorry, this wants the UA, so it also wants the letter right there. For the plugin Google Analytics, it does not want the letters. So some plugins are different than the websites. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and paste this in there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and save it. So voila, now we have successfully added Google Analytics onto our MailChimp campaigns. So this will sort of help determine if our campaigns are doing well, etc. Okay. So another thing I want you guys to do is go to settings right here and go to publicity settings. So if you guys want this checked, yes, my campaigns are public, I want them to be discovered, or no, my campaigns are not for this list. This is where you would go ahead with these options right here. Also your archive bar. I'm just letting you guys know about these options right here. Okay. Now another thing that we can do is we can go back to our settings right here, and we can go to our required email footer content. Now let's just say you want to remind people on how they sign up on the bottom part. This is where you're going to put it in right there. So you can put like, thank you for visiting my website, or you can put something like, hey man, thanks for signing up, and how can people contact you? This would be your contact information right here as well, okay? And of course your website URL, etc. Okay? So So that's basically it for the settings, guys. Let's go ahead now and create a template. Let's go ahead now, before we send our first campaign, let's go ahead and create a template so that we don't have to keep creating templates over and over again, okay? Now also, guys, a good source to get a template is Fiverr.com. Now there is a link in the description. It is an affiliate link, so if you guys do use it, I make like a penny or something like that. So right here, we'll do MailChimp. Okay, now this is if you want somebody else to design your template for you. And right here, you can see that these people over here designed some really cool looking templates right here. So for example, if you're a shop, this person right here can make some, these look actually pretty good, These look like pretty professional templates. So you guys can either hire someone for $5 to $10 to do it, or I'm gonna show you guys how you can do it yourself for free. So right here, I'm gonna go to create a template. All right. Now there's different sort of layouts right here. So just by looking at this, you guys can see the layouts, kind of like how WordPress has themes. This is sort of how it has layouts. Now also right here under themes, you can see that they've actually kind of created their own. So all you would need to do is select one, and then from there, just change the content, change the buttons, change the pictures, and you can use one of their templates as well. So you guys can see there are quite a bunch. And then also for code your own, this is where Fiverr would come in, and these guys would basically create their own for you instead of making it yourself. So right here under layouts, I'm gonna go ahead and just select. I'll go ahead and select this first one right here. Okay. All right. So right here, it has logo, showcase your products, drag a picture. It has some text right here, a call to action, and then this looks like a footer right here, and you can probably link them to different parts of your website in your campaign. So the first thing we're going to do is change this section up here. So right here under logo, we can go ahead and click on replace, and simply go ahead, guys, and just add in your logo. So go ahead and go to upload and just find your logo or whatever you want to upload. So right here, I'm gonna go to, let's add in this Batman logo right here. So I'm gonna go to select right here. Now let's just say it's too big, right? It's way too big. We can go to edit right here, and we can change the size of it. So right here, I'm gonna go to resize, and maybe I want it to like, I don't know, 350, and we'll leave that right there under 203. Now, if you want to change the quality of the image, you can click on that unlock, and this right here will change it to whatever you would like. Now, they don't recommend this because they say it distorts the image. It makes it look kind of like not how it's supposed to look. So we'll do something like 300, and I'll go to apply. Okay, and I'll go to save. All right, so there you go now. See, it's a little bit smaller. So if you want to edit your image, that's where you're gonna do it. Now right here, I'm gonna go click on this and showcase your products. Now guys, these options right here are for like bold, italicize, if you want to link something, just like we did it earlier on that other form. These are the same options, okay? So right here, I'll do like italicize, and I'll put get 10% off the entire store. Use code Daryl at checkout. Now right here, guys, we can go ahead and highlight this. Let's say you want to change the font. So over here under fonts, we can go ahead and change it to something that you'd want. Right here, we can put like different block styles. Right here, we can change the size of it as well. So let's say you want to go ahead and change the size. Now say I want it a little bit more centered. So right here, I'm gonna click on centered. Maybe I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. So it'll kind of fit in the text. Let's see here, a little bit more. There we go, something like that, okay? And let's say you want to go ahead and add in something else. Let's say you're like, okay, I don't want to add this in. I'm done adding this stuff in. I want to add in my own stuff. I'm gonna click on save and close. Now let's say right here you want to add in a social share. So I'm gonna click on social share and simply just drag it down right here. All right, so now you guys can see we have share, tweet, and forward. And right here, all you need to do is go ahead and put in your Facebook fan page. Now guys, remember, it must be a fan page. If it's just a regular personal private profile, it's going to tell them that this is a private profile and they cannot view it, okay? And right here, you're gonna enter in your Twitter account, and if you want to go ahead and forward it to a friend, just leave that on forward, okay? So right here also is different like social networks like LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instapaper. I have never even heard of Instapaper. Do they mean Instagram? I don't I don't know. I guess that's a new thing. Instapaper. I guess I'm not up to these. I'm really not up to these social media sites. People spend so much time on those sites. You know, you got to spend like days just marketing. You know. So, anyways, right here, let's go ahead and add in a picture. So right here, I'll put in a picture, and I'm gonna replace their default picture, and I'll go ahead and put in mine. You know, put in my picture. I'm gonna go ahead and select it. All right. Now I probably need to change the size of it, and remember you can do that under edit. But you know, again, guys, I'm very lazy, so I'm not gonna do that. Now, if you want to link your image somewhere, all you need to do is go ahead and click on link, and then simply go ahead and put in your shop URL. So for example, let's say you want somebody to go to their shop, like, you know, a 20% off women's clothes. You put a big picture like of a woman right here with the dress, and then if they click on that image, they'll be brought to your shop or whatever page you want them to go to. Now also, remember, if you guys want to include like coupon codes or ebooks under the link to, you'd put file, okay? And then file, from there, you can upload a file onto MailChimp, and people who have access to this, they'll be able to download that file. So scrolling down here, I'm gonna go to save and close, and I'll put this guy looking sharp. And right here, we can add in, you know, your own content. So if you want to change the content, you can go ahead and do that. So right here, I'm gonna go to save and close. Now, if you want to add in more text, you guys can simply take this little text box and drop it right there, and you can add in more text. So right here, we'll put, you know, this is text for this MailChimp tutorial, and go to save and close. Okay, and there's all these other options, guys, like you know, images. There's dividers. So what a divider does is that it basically makes space in between the two. So right here is the top padding. So for example, let's say you want more space on the top. You can enter something like 100 and go to save and close. Now you see how we've created that space right there? Now you can also do that for the bottom. So right here, I'm gonna go to 100 and go to save and close. So now between this divider right here, we've created 100 pixels right here and 100 pixels right there, all right? Now this is a button right here. So it's very simple, guys. If they click on the button, where do you want to take them at, you know? And also you guys can style this button. So here they've actually kind of created their own little template button where they have a background color, they have the text, etc. So you guys can go ahead and go through these options and, you know, change the font, change the size, change the padding, you know, whatever you would like to change this. So right here, I'm gonna go to save and close, and we're gonna go ahead and scroll down. Now this is like a footer, so it's like the bottom, like, you know, related products and like other things that you might like, you know, something like that. So you can go ahead and click on this, you know, replace this right here, and, you know, put whatever you want. Now this module, guys, right here is actually the image and caption. So if I go ahead and drag this down here and put this right here, you're gonna see that this is basically the same exact thing, where it's an image and a caption. And that's a pretty common one. You know, it's a very good one to have, because people truly buy products based off the images that you send them in these emails. They don't really care about the text, guys. It's really, really true. That goes with, you know, any web designer, because when you go to a website, you don't really care about the content. You're just like, oh, look at these pictures, it's beautiful, you know, and that's really how it is today. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and enter in this little Batman logo again. And now you guys can see we have this image right here. And again, guys, under link, we can always put a link to wherever you want to go, okay? So right here, I'm gonna go to save and close. Now this is basically, guys, an example of how to create like your own little, you know, your own little template right here. Now I know this is not an ideal template, but I just want to sort of, you know, show you guys all the options and how to actually create it. Now let's say, for example, right here, I want to go ahead and add in like a social share right here. There you go. We've just added in a social share. Okay, just like that. It's simply drag and drop. It's very easy. And under this design tab, guys, you guys can go ahead and, you know, go through these, change the fonts for these, change the size of the text, etc. There's a bunch of different stuff that you guys can change in this. So right here, I'm gonna go to save, and under content, everything looks good. I'm gonna go to save and exit. Now go ahead and name your template. So I'm just gonna call it TAS. So TAS is my Dota 2 name. You know, I'm like almost 4K. I'm getting up there. You know, I'm getting up there. So see TAS, and I'm gonna go click on save, and there you go. So now we have created a template for our campaigns. Okay, and if you ever want to go ahead and edit this, click on edit, and then again, guys, right here, you can go ahead and put whatever you would like again, and you can come back to this. You guys can change it, etc. Okay, so I'm gonna go to save and exit. All right, and now again, guys, if you need help, I recommend going to Fiverr, where they can design a really cool MailChimp template for you for just $5. It's totally worth it to have a professional make something really, really amazing for your email campaigns. All right, so going back over here, now let's go ahead and talk about campaigns. In fact, I want to send a campaign in this tutorial, so I'm actually going to log out of this test account, and we are going to actually go into my real live account. So I go ahead and log out. I'm gonna go ahead and log in. All right, so now I'm logging into my account. All right, and you guys can see right here, my total audience is 1,722, and these are my statistics right here. And also, if I go to reports, this is an example of my click rates, etc. And in this campaign, when I create it, I'm gonna give you guys advice on what time to send it, and what days you should send them as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to campaigns. Now these are the ones that I have currently sent. Now I have around a 40% open rate, which it's pretty good. It's not bad, but I would like to see 90, but you'll probably never get that because a lot of these emails that people give you might not be real. So right here, I'm gonna go to create a campaign. All right, now go ahead and give your campaign a name. Now remember, this is only for you. So this kind of helps you remember what you sent. So this, I'm gonna put form. And right here we have different campaign types. So a little rundown of what these are. So a regular campaign is just a regular campaign, just like we're going to be sending. A/B testing is a little bit more complex. That's where you send sort of 2 different styles to see which one performs better. But this will not be available until you send a lot more campaigns. The Facebook ad I do not recommend because I actually have a tutorial on Facebook advertising. And the reason why I don't recommend Facebook ads with MailChimp is because it doesn't give you enough control. I'd rather do the Facebook marketing from Facebook itself. And from there you get, a little bit more options as far as like images and all sorts of other stuff. The plain text, never do this. I don't know why they even give you the option. Who would want to send a campaign with no pictures whatsoever? I don't think that's really good. And RSS will also do that. Now, this is basically every time you make a post from your blog, it will send like an email with an update letting people know that you made a new blog post. So first we'll do regular, and then we will do RSS. So right here, I'm gonna go to regular and go to create. Now, right here we have the entire list, pre-built segment or newer group segment. So right here, you can decide to say, hey, I want to do it to people who have only signed up in the past 7 days, or active subscribers or inactive subscribers. But I'm going to go ahead and send this to the entire list. Okay, so here I'm going to go to next. So right here, I'm going to do email subject. So this is basically what they're going to see in their email as their subject. So right here, I'm going to put, let's see right here, how to make a forum for free, and then put a little smiley face right there. I'm gonna put my name, Daryl Wilson, and then from the email address, I wanna go ahead and click on track opens, and here I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down, and I might click on this auto convert video because I might add in a video, I'm not sure, but this will actually help with videos and rendering. And right here, I'm gonna go click on next. All right, so as I said before, I'm going to make one from scratch. So I'm not going to use a template, but remember, you can click on themes and they sort of already have pre-made layouts for you. So if you don't really know what to do or you're not really sure, feel free to use one of their themes. I have before. I've used actually their ribbon one. So I've used, let's see, which one have I used? It's in there somewhere. It's in there somewhere. It's lost. It's lost in there somewhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and do layouts right here. And I'm going to just select one of these right here. I'll go ahead and select, I'll go ahead and select the first one. Okay, so I'm going to design this campaign. So right here under logo, I'm gonna go ahead and replace this and add in my logo. Now I've actually added in these images already, so you might need to go and upload your images. So right here, I'm gonna put, create a forum from scratch, step by step. And also right here in this image, I'm gonna go ahead and put link, and I wanna go ahead and link them to my YouTube video of where that goes. Okay, so I'm actually going to put it again right here, but you know, just putting links in your, you know, your email is always good. It just lets people know where to go. So right here, I'm gonna click on this, and I'm gonna go ahead and add in a picture. So I'm gonna click on replace, and I'm gonna go ahead and add in this one. This is actually the thumbnail for my video. So right here, I'm gonna go to select. So how to make a forum in WordPress. Right here, I'm gonna put something like learn how to make a forum step by step with WordPress. It's easy. And then also right here, I'm going to center it. Now, another good tip, guys, is to capitalize the letter of each word. Now, you see where it says like how to make a forum step by step. You see how each of the first letter or first word is capital? That is a very, very good thing to do with big headlines and titles. But for something like this right here on this bottom text, I'm not gonna do that. So right here, I'll put, watch my latest video on how to make a forum with WordPress in 15 minutes. And then right here, I'll go ahead and do watch video now. Watch video now. And I'll go ahead and put in the web address right here. Paste it in there and save and close. So right off the bat, I mean, that's already catchy. This right here looks good. We have a picture, text, and a big button. Now these things right here can be good for related products. Now I do have other tutorials on YouTube, so I might want to sort of, you know, introduce like, oh, what about the Divi theme? You know, what about this? So right here, I'm gonna click on replace, and I'm gonna go ahead and add in this right here. And I'm gonna put check out my Divi tutorials. Divi tutorials. Master the Divi theme. And then right here, I can actually decide to either keep this, or I can go ahead and put something like, let's see, I'll put watch now. And then right here, I'll go ahead and put a link, and I'm gonna go to my YouTube account. See, I'll just actually go to my, let's see, Divi theme YouTube. You guys can find me on YouTube right here. I'll go to videos. And then I'll just go ahead and just, you know, grab one of my, this is actually one of my videos right here. And I'll simply just go ahead and paste this in right here. Okay. And over here, I'm gonna go to save and close. Over here, I'll do something like shop Divi layouts. You know, I also want to sell some of my layouts that I'm selling on my website. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on edit. Now under caption 1, I'm gonna go ahead and replace this. And I'll go ahead and put this right here. And I'll go ahead and put Divi layouts. Shop some of my, and then right here, I'll put shop now. And then right here, I'll go ahead and link them to my website. And I'm gonna go to my website really quick and simply just grab the link for my Divi layouts. So what I'm doing is I'm basically saying, look, if they're not interested in the forum, why not send them to different parts of my website? Maybe they want to buy something. Maybe they're in the mood to check out another video. You know, I don't really know, but giving them different options like this is extremely crucial, because if they click on it and they're not interested, but they see something else, they might click on that as well. So you ever go to those websites where like at the way bottom, it's like, oh, also like, you know, China invented something new, or check out this new diet pill, all those crazy things. That is exactly what I'm doing right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and backspace this and then click on save and close. And right here, you guys can see my email. So right here, I have my logo, create a forum step by step. And right here, they can watch the video. And if they're not interested, they can actually go check out my other tutorials, or they can go ahead and purchase a layout on my website. So right here, I'm gonna go to next. And we are gonna send this, guys. We're going to send this live. So right here, it says MailChimp will deliver this to 1,728 people. And this is my headline. And right here, you guys can see that everything is all set and ready to go. All right, now one more thing, I'm gonna go to back. And let's see right here. Okay, yeah, everything looks good. All right, I'm just double checking. I'm just double checking. Next, and I'm gonna go ahead and send this. Now, if you want to schedule this, which I highly recommend, what time is the best time to send this? Well, when you're sleeping. You ever wake up with all those emails on Monday morning from like all those different places, like shop here, shop here? Research has found that people are actually more active in the morning on Monday through about Thursday. So that's why when you wake up, you see all of those emails from all the different companies. Now, on the weekend, do you ever see those emails? No, because companies know that people don't care about stuff like that on the weekend. That's their time off. That's their time away. They don't want to be bombarded with ads. But if they're at work on their phone, you know they're going to check their phone. You know they're going to be like, all right, time to slack off, so I'm going to go ahead and check my emails and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do something like March 10th. And I want to go ahead and do this at maybe 4 a.m. Actually, no, 2 a.m. No, 3 a.m. We'll do 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so in California at 3 a.m. I'm going to be sending this email. I want to send it around 3 because I have to think about the East Coast as well. So they're going to get it around 6 a.m., which is 3 hours from 3 a.m. So they'll be able to see my emails before they go to work. And then when they get to work, they'll be able to check it out and maybe they'll watch the video at work. Maybe they will. But most people are active in the mornings from about 6 to 9 a.m. On weekdays. That is the best time. Believe it or not, Monday is actually my best day. I get the most sales on Monday. And you ever heard that phrase like, oh, Monday work? People are shopping on their phones. Trust me. I know it's because I see it. Monday's payday for me. So right here, I'm going to go click on schedule campaign. All right, so rock on. Your email has been scheduled. Your campaign will be sent 3:10 at 3 a.m. And then from there, we can go ahead and track our, you can go to reports right here and you guys can actually track what the open rate is, etc. So another thing I want to show you guys is we have our list right here. Now, I actually use I use SumoMe, and my SumoMe plugin gets me a lot of email subscribers. And now I'm going to make a separate tutorial on opt-in forms and SumoMe. But for example, right here, I'm gonna click on my dashboard and I'm gonna go to SumoMe and I'm gonna click on SumoMe in dashboard. Now I want to actually download the subscribers that this plugin has, captured so I can add them to my list. All right. So right here, I'm gonna click on this little Facebook notification thingy. And right here it says, in 4 hours, I've gotten 10 people to subscribe. So I want to go ahead and click on this. Now, I want to go ahead and download the SCV from the last 7 days. And right here, it says subscribers-5. So let's go ahead and go to our lists. And now I'm going to show you guys how to import subscribers from an SCV. So right here on this little plus sign, now this, you can actually add it one by one. Now, most people don't do this. You have to have their permission to do this. So MailChimp is assuming that you already have their permission. I don't really know, but that's just, if you want to go ahead and do that. Now right here, we're gonna click on import. All right, and now right here, it says SCV or tab, what is that, delimited text file? I've never even heard of that, but we're gonna do the SCV file, all right? And I'm gonna click on next. All right, so go ahead and upload the file. Now guys, if your list grows past 2,000 subscribers, you will have to start paying, okay? So they basically accommodate it for up to 2,000 subscribers, which is a lot of people. And after that, they're gonna say, all right, now you gotta start paying us. So right here, I'm gonna go to Browse, and under Downloads, I'm gonna go to Subscribers, and there it is. So I'm gonna go to Open, and I'll go to I have understand that if this goes over 2,000, I will I'll have to pay. The MailChimp wants to make money. So right here, I'm gonna go to next. And then right here under the first column name, I'll do email. And then this one right here, I'll just do first name. And then I'm gonna go ahead and skip these other ones. So basically that's saying the first column is gonna show the email address. The second is gonna show the name. And I'm gonna go ahead and click on save. And these ones, I'm gonna go ahead and skip both of those. All right. And then from here, I'm gonna go to next. All right, and then it's basically, letting me know that, you're going to import them in the subscribe section. Okay, let's go ahead and import them. All right, so right here, you can see that 26 were added, and I've already added 52 could not be imported. So right now I'm at 1,754, and let's refresh this page. Okay, so they basically added that in. Now I should have done that before Mad Campaign, because now I've kind of missed out on 26 people. But I'll get them next. I'll get them on the next one. It's not the end of the world. they're going to see my newsletter eventually, okay? So now that I've shown you guys how to do that, let me show you guys how to actually add this into your blog. So for example, if you have a blog with WordPress and you want that little form over there, like right here, where people can just go ahead and subscribe. So right here, I'll give you guys an example. This is one of my blog posts, and I have these different little gadgets right here. So right here, we have subscribe for discounts and deals, and then right here, we have an email address and a subscribe. So let's go ahead and run you through this section so you guys can learn how to add this into WordPress. So going over here, let's go to the way beginning over here. All right, now we're gonna go down to lists, and I'm gonna go ahead and click on this list. Okay, now that we've done that, let's go to sign up forms. So we have general forms, and now we have embedded forms. Let's go ahead and do the embedded forms. All right, so you guys can also decorate your list. You guys can make it cool. Now they actually have pre-made templates. So they have classic, super slim, which is the one I did, horizontal, naked, which looks like it was made in like 1999, which I don't recommend at all. It looks pretty bad. And they have advanced, where they have your custom CSS, and you guys can actually use Fiverr as well for this if you want a really, really nice one. Or you guys can go ahead and just use one of these ones right here. This one is a little long, so you might want to use this one in the footer, and also this one right here. You guys can actually determine also the form width right here, or horizontal, or whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab one of these just to show you how this works. So right here we have copy and paste onto your website. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy all of this right here. All right, now I'm gonna go back to my WordPress website, and right here I'm gonna go to, all right, so let's see right here. So we're gonna add it below this right here. We're gonna add it below this Udemy one right here, okay? So I'm gonna go to this and go to widgets. All right, so we have all these texts right here, and these are basically my ads. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and grab in the arbitrary text, put that right there, and just simply paste that into the content, and then go to save. So if someone's reading my blog, I kinda want them to subscribe to my newsletter, right? So right here, I'm gonna go back to my blog, and let's just go ahead and click on any one of these articles. So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down right here. And now you guys can see that we have the subscribe to our mailing list, and you guys can use this for anything. You guys can use this for you can change the text. You can, just like we customized it earlier for MailChimp, you guys can, change it to whatever you guys would like. You guys can get customizable, etc. Now, let's say, for example, you want to go ahead and add this to a different plugin which requires an API access key. So plugins like Bloom and other plugins like Aweber, they will require an API key. So where do you find this? So going back over here, we're gonna go click on this right here. We're gonna go ahead and get out. Now we're gonna go ahead and go to our profile. Now over here under extras, you're gonna see API keys. Now guys, if you're using certain plugins, they're going to require an API key. Now, why do they require this? Well, this basically gives authentication saying, okay, you want to use the Bloom plugin, you need your API key. So let me give you an example of why this is important. So going over here, this is my Bloom plugin. So this is basically a plugin that captures emails. Now they're going to ask you for your API key. So if you don't have this, they can't really connect it. So whenever you use a plugin that requires an API key from MailChimp, you need to go over here in your settings and you need to copy it, and then wherever the plugin asks you to put it, you're gonna go ahead and put it there. Now there is also something else I want to talk about before we send the next campaign. I wanna talk about verifying domains. So going over here to settings, we're gonna go to verify domains. Now you'll need to verify your domain if you plan to send it from your website. So for example, if your website has John at cooldesigns.com, you will need to verify the domain first right here by entering that email into this email address box right here. And when you go to send verification, then you'll go ahead and verify it in your email. And remember, this is only for those addresses where it's a business. So if it's John at cooldesigns.com or John at verizon.net, you will have to do this first before you send it there, because MailChimp is a little picky and they want to make sure that you are sending it from a verified domain that you have access to, okay? So now I've talked about the API keys and verifying domains and all that other good stuff. Let's go ahead now and send the second campaign. So over here under campaigns, I'm gonna click on this. And you guys can see right here, we have the form one. It's pending right here. So you can actually go ahead, pause and edit. We can delete it. We can rename it. We can do whatever we would like. All right. So over here, I'm gonna go to create campaign, and I'm just gonna go ahead and type this in again. So I'm gonna go to form and go to campaign type and go to RSS. All right. So what this basically means is the RSS feed URL. So this is going to just be basically your website dash feed. So it would be HTTP and feed. And basically every time you make a blog post, it will go ahead and send out a notification email and let them know about your new blog post, etc. And right here it says we'll only send new content from this time. So let's say, for example, that you don't want it to send it on certain days. You can go ahead and say, don't send it on these days. So if you're blogging on the weekend, they will not receive a notification, all right? And then right here, you guys can go through their, their facts and everything else. And right here, you can go to next. All right, so it's going. And again, the same thing right here. I'm just gonna click on entire list right here. And then right here, we have this from this is from our feed title from our website. So right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip this right here and then go ahead and just go to next. Now, remember, this is only for like blogging. So I'm not going to redesign this. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab one right here and go down to, next right here. Alrighty, so we're going. I just grab a template. This is just for tutorial purposes. So right here, you can see that the feed will be sent whenever I make a blog post. And right here, you're going to see the RSS feed. It will be the title and it will be the date right here. And right here, we set all the tracking. Now, of course, it's saying that I need to resolve this because I didn't enter any content. But remember, I'm just showing you for tutorial purposes. So I'm not really going to resolve this. I'm just giving you guys an example of how you would send an RSS feed. So it's basically the same exact thing, guys, except you're just going to be sending it to people when you make blog posts, okay? And you have full control over when you want to send it, or what days you don't want to send it, or what times, etc. Okay, so going back here, guys. Now I think that's it, guys, for this tutorial. If you guys have any questions regarding anything else, feel free to let me know. MailChimp is a very easy service, and it's kind of a learning process. Once you start to mess around with it, you get a little bit more comfortable, you learn how it works, and then from there, it's really, really easy to use. And again, I recommend going to Fiverr.com if you guys are interested in getting a really, really cool templates. So those guys are pretty good at it. They make some really nice ones. So be sure to check that out. So thanks for watching my tutorial, guys. If you guys have any questions,